Hey guys, I love you, miss you, and I thought it would be a good idea to start making some videos and putting them on YouTube of me reading some stories to you guys that Mom can let you guys watch before bed and whenever. So I'm going to go ahead and start. And our first one is going to be When I Grow Up by Ali Yankovic. There's some cover art there. First page. Let's get to it. I waited so long for the hours to pass, but soon it was noon there in Mrs. Crupp's class. On Thursday at noon, as I'm sure you know well, is the time of the week when we do show and tell. And this week the subject so special to me was when I grow up, what am I gonna be? That's something I'd really been thinking about, and I just couldn't wait to let all those thoughts out. So when Mrs. Crupp said, "Who's ready to share?" you can guess who was there with his hand in the air. I raised both my hands just as high as they'd go, and I bounced up and down, and then, what do you know? Well, Mrs. Crupp picked me. Yes, me, to go first. Oh, I was so happy, I thought I would burst. I proudly stood up and began my oration concerning my voice for a future vocation. It's a eager young boy there. Esteemed friends and colleagues, and dear Mrs. Crupp, I know what I'm gonna be when I grow up. Why, I'll be the greatest chef you've ever seen. The world will go crazy for my hot cuisine. I'll tantalize taste buds with my rigatoni, sautéed with black truffles and pickled bologna, surrounded by kumquats and candied pig's feet, topped with shrimp-flavored lollipops. Bon appetit! My walls will be filled with awards that I've gotten for toast on a stick and my Twinkies au gratin. My kitchen will be the most famous in France, so make reservations 12 years in advance. There's no doubt about it, I'm certain you see, a world-renowned chef is what I'm gonna be. That's very nice, Billy, sweet Mrs. Crupp said. Who wants to be next? Maybe Susie or Fred. I said, hold on, hold the phone now. I haven't departed. Hang on to your seats, because I'm just getting started. See, maybe instead, I could be a snail trainer. Man, that would be awesome. Why, that's a no-brainer. I'll teach all my snails to do really neat tricks. They'll play dead, roll over, and even fetch sticks. Of course, all the sticks will come back 2 years later. But working with snails, I mean, what could be greater? They'll do any stunt that I like. Holy moly, I'll train them to pedal a bike really slowly. Then jump, ooze through a huge ring of fire, and crawl at a snail's pace across a high wire. Then finish by writing my name with their trails. That's right, I'll be Billy, the master of snails. Or else maybe I'll be the lathe operator who makes the hydraulic torque wrench calibrator, which fine-tunes the wrench that's specifically made to retighten the nuts on the lateral blade that's directly beneath the main radial sockets inside cooling systems on X-14 rockets. It's pretty specific. And since this profession's as cool as can be, well, who would be better to do it than me? Say, here's an idea, perhaps just for laughs. I might make my living by milking giraffes. It's oh so cliche to get milk from a cow, and I bet all those cows need a break anyhow. Imagine me milking way up in the air. I'd use a tall ladder instead of a chair. What? Milking giraffes, Miss Crupp said. Oh, please, I countered. How else could we make giraffe cheese? Now don't interrupt me. I'm not really through yet. There's still lots of stuff that I'm planning to do yet. 'Cause maybe I'll be a gorilla masseuse. Or an artist who sculpts out of chocolate mousse. Or a rodeo clown, or a movie director, or maybe professional pickle inspector, or big sumo wrestler, or hedge fund investor. or smelly pit sniffing deodorant tester. Ew, that would be fun. Or I'll be an expert on nuclear fission, or else a foot model, or friendly mortician, or waiter, or skater, or master debater, or dinosaur dusting museum curator, or TV repairman, or sidewalk sign waver, or part-time assistant tarantula shaver. And that's about when Mrs. Krupp said, "Now Billy, please make up your mind. This is getting quite silly. Which one of these things are you going to choose?" I shuffled around and I looked at my shoes. And finally I said, "My great-grandfather Bob's been a whole lot of things, had a whole bunch of jobs. A butcher, a barber, a bellman, a bouncer, a telephone psychic, and a bingo announcer. You know what? He just turned 103, and he's still not quite sure what he wants to be. See, I'm only 8 now, so frankly I'm hoping you'll cut me some slack if I leave options open. Let's just wait and find out what my future brings. Hey, I might have time to do all those things." And then the bell rang, and we all went to lunch, and as I was sipping my pineapple punch, I pondered professions that I'd like to enter, like grave firefighter or crazy inventor. Or maybe, just maybe now, when I grow up, I can be a great teacher, like dear Mrs. Krupp. And there's the picture he gave her. The end. All right. I've got a bunch more books, and I'm gonna start uploading videos. I'm going to the library and get to ones. I hope you guys have a good night or day, whatever time it might be there. And I love you. I miss you. Bye.